All right. Now, what I did was this stream is going to be about the World Rapid. And about half of the stream, we're going to show chess stuff. And the other half, we're going to discuss, the players that you haven't heard of, like Abdus Satorov, and the tiebreak system, which you don't understand, and, everything else you don't understand. And then when we're done, you won't understand it still, but at least you could rewatch. I think what our web persons, what do you call that person?
YouTube editor.
Our YouTube editors should make like 10 videos of each one.
Okay.
Because that way, if it's going to be 2 hours long and people can't watch more than 5 minutes because brain damage and stuff.
Yeah. Well, then people like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell her to do that.
Yeah, can't spell Fisher correctly, etc. Yeah. Now it was clear going into the final that the person whose name is more difficult to pronounce would be the winner, and that was up for discussion. So, I think the right person won. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to look at interesting games that happened today, between rounds 10 and 13. I think, is there a round 9 game? No, I think it's just 10 and 13. Although there might not be any round 10 games. It might be 11, 12, and 13. But maybe I snuck one in. And so forth. And we're going to start at the bottom, which is Andrew Tang, obviously. And then we're going to rise to the top, which is, the guys who are good. Thanks for the subs, everybody.
Thanks, Gene Swift.
So forth.
Yeah. Hey, Sven, everybody. Hello, thank you.
Well, Abdus Satorov also has, a crazy first name, too. So I think that puts him over the top. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Andrew Tang, easy to pronounce, last place. Yeah. Truth hurts. Yeah. All right, we're on Chess TV, iChess TV,
He really was last place?
No, but it seemed like it.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like 170. He did better than the people who didn't show up and just got 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
What was his final score?
4 out of 13, something like that. But yeah. They didn't show this because people weren't interested. They not only had a tiebreak to see who won, they had a tiebreak for last. But you guys didn't watch that. Yeah.
Thank you, Kronobi. I think we missed somebody else, too.
We missed a lot of people, but I was busy saying very important things.
Resign, say it's Steinitz. Thank you. Happy and I love your streams, he says.
Yeah, I did thank him.
Oh.
I didn't think the person you just went over swiftly.
Oh.
Right there.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Keep going. Stop.
Oh, I thanked Gene Swift.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. I must have been too swift for me. Yeah. All right, now let me tell you how dumb you are a little more, and then I'll try to get COVID from Karen. Okay, I'm trying. Yeah. They say the best medicine against COVID is Stella. That's what they say. So we're yeah. I mean, we're trying. Yeah. Does the rapid winner qualify for the candidates? That's funny.
I think I'm back to normal, pretty much.
Okay, so the first game I want to show you is Smirin versus Tang. This was either round 10 or 11, and we're going to start late in the game. Okay, this is just a typical Rui Lopez, right? Now, Smirin used to be one of the best players in the world. Used to be. He's actually my age or older. So the truth hurts. And he was also a victim in the World Open of one of the guys who was cheating, who was thrown out. But anyway, one year, Smirin, I think it was 2002, but I could be wrong. One year, Smirin beat everybody and won every tournament. He did that a lot in the U.S. The reason Smirin was playing a lot in the U.S. is he has a kid in the U.S., maybe Maryland, but I might have made that up, the Maryland part. But I'm close. Virginia, same thing. Anyway, so he would play in the U.S. a lot and visit his son. And Smirin's kind of big. So you guys think I'm big. Well, in China, in 2011, in Ningbo, we were at the buffet. Not sure if it was food, but it was a buffet. And sometimes when you walk in a buffet, you like bump into somebody. You know what I mean? And I bumped into Smirin, and then I was going to fall down, but he caught me. And he's like, sorry. Because he was, I mean, I bumped into him and I was going to fall down. That guy's not small. He's like 6'4", 9,000 pounds. And what happened was he wasn't a good chess player until he changed his name to Ilia Smirin. Then people were like, wow, that's a great name. Before that, he was named Bill Brasky. Now, when he was Bill Brasky, he was like 6'11", and like 400 pounds, and he slept with your wife. But then he changed his name to Ilia Smirin, so most of that stopped. Anyway, the point of my story was the year that I tied for first in the World Open, I drew Smirin in a lost ending. I was really lost. And that was the year Smirin beat Kramnik and Karpov with black, when Karpov and Kramnik were good. So Smirin's USCF rating at some point was 2895. So his road to 2900 wasn't successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the game where you were down 2 pawns and then everybody cheered when you drew.
And then Aviv said he would have bet his left nut I was going to lose that
That's
game.
right. See,
That's right.
I listened to some of your stories.
I thought Aviv was crazy, but then I saw his nuts. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, so Smirin's pretty good, but he's old now. And at the tournament in China where we bumped into each other, in 9 rounds, he had 9 draws. It was the World Team Championship, which isn't bad. He's a very exciting player. So he's a world-class player who's over the hill, and Andrew Tang is a bad player who's good at online hyperbullet. So now you're going to see the difference. And you didn't even know that Smirin was playing in this tournament because he didn't do very. He got like -1 or 50%. Yeah, he did okay. Mm-hmm. Everybody here is like 2,900. Okay, so Tang traded. That's okay. He kept trading. Always trade. Bishop F8. Can't complain about that. Okay, he played B3. He wants to not only do that, but he wants to stop knight C4. Okay, and the engine says this is an equal position, and black has nothing to fear but Glenn Fleer. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, every move starting with bishop G7 is like a hyper bullet move. Like, this move looks okay, but no real understanding of chess. So, in slow chess, Andrew Tang is like me, and in hyper bullet, he's top 5 in the world on the internet. Because in hyper bullet, it doesn't matter if you understand, it matters if you play really quickly and pretty good at tactics. But if you're playing somebody who's actually good, then, and it's a slow game, then you just lose. So, yeah. Now, this isn't a slow game, but it's slow enough where, Tang doesn't have any chance. Okay, so queen d2, good move, putting pressure on the knight, connecting the rooks, the rook is on fire, etc. Mainly, etc. d5, this is a blunder that loses the game. And obviously in hyperbullet, this move would be fine because Smirin would, furrow his brow in a vain attempt to calculate this, and his flag would fall. Yeah. Now, one thing you didn't know is not only was he Bill Brasky, and then he was Ilia Smirin, right? Mm-hmm. And now you will know his name is the Lord when he plays knife F5. You hear me talking, hillbilly boy? I ain't through with you by damn sight. I'm going to get medieval on your ass. So watch what Smirin does. Okay. Right? He gets smeared here, smearing all over him. And Andrew Tang's probably underage, so I don't know about that. So he played knife F5. Call that a knife? Mm. Yeah. Now, Tang has good defense here, except for one thing, right? And he unleashes the latent potential. And the engine says white's winning. And as the game continued, he was winning and then some, mainly and then some. All right, so he took, which is forced. Knight takes. Now, in this position, if I were white and it was my move, I would consider queen g5. Also, I would consider knight takes, king takes, queen g5. Okay, so white's not kidding here. However, black's pieces are defending the king. Knight h5. That's not the engine's best defense, but he's losing anyway. Takes. Pawn takes. Now, pawn takes is a clearance capture. Now, what's your clearance, Clarence?
Oh, what's your vector?
The other way around. But you good. You got it, but you said, what's your vector? We didn't even discuss this beforehand. I didn't think. I just thought you just like sit there looking at me. Yeah. Who was the co-pilot? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the reason for this move, she has COVID. The reason for this move is it unleashes the bishop. Now, by unleashing the bishop, if I play queen g5, you can't play queen g6. On the previous move, if white played queen g5, black would have played queen g6. But after e takes d5, Ish don't think so. Now, as I said several times already, these defend the king pretty well. And white has the two bishops, and black doesn't have the what else. But this is a pretty good knight. Okay. So he blockaded. After queen g5, he wants to play queen f8, obviously. See, he defended. Now, in hyperbullet, this might be good enough for black. White doesn't know how to attack, and white loses on time. But this is real life. Okay, so he cements him down, right? Like the good mafioso would do. Bishop f6. That way black has no legal moves. So the game ended here as the game ended in stalemate. Now here's a funny computer idea. Usually computers don't have ideas, they just calculate. Watch this idea. You watching? That's the idea. And then when Smirin actually told Tang, that's my idea. And Tang said, I can stop that. And then Smirin said, you're a daisy if you do. Yeah. Okay. Now the problem is none of these pieces can do anything about that. So the truth hurts, basically. Yeah. See?
Yeah, what's the defense to just queen h6?
Also good, right. Then the defense is probably knight f5 going into a lost endgame.
Oh, yeah, they're blocking the bishop.
Well, you take the queen and take the bishop and you're winning. But
well, no, I thought that you could go queen h7 mate because I didn't think they were
That's why you have to play this terrible move. Yeah. Also, frankly, it's terrible. Now, another idea, Karen, is queen h4 with the same mate. Then if he plays knight f5, you can take it. There's no queen trade. God damn. Okay, now here, white is down a piece for 2 pawns, and the engine says he's plus 10. Okay, so he played rook c8 attacking the bishop. Notice how the bishop is attacked, right? However, the bishop is not attacked. So we're going to go in the land of pretend, ready?
I know why.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. So if you take this, it's not your move. What does white do?
Rook takes, then mate. Queen takes.
Rook takes e8. That's correct. By the way, after rook takes e8, okay, so we're going to pretend that white played here and black took, we're pretending. Okay, then we're going to pretend black played here. What's the best move for white? Delicious. Recommended by everybody.
I mean, wouldn't you just...
No. You're going to go here, right?
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not.
Oh, I see.
That's why Andrew Tang would beat you in hyperbullet. You take, and then your flag would fall up a queen.
All right. Well, queen takes 7.
Yeah, and god damn. And that's the guy that you guys think he's one of the best in the world. That's what you think. You're like, Andrew Tang, wow.
I really struggle to see pins.
Okay, so when I make really bad moves for him on purpose, then I really crush him. I beat Andrew Tang in like a Title Tuesday Arena Kings. I forgot. I beat him somewhere. No, 1 minute. It was 1 minute. That didn't even make any sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it might have been 3 minutes. Okay, so he played rook e8. You can't take with the knight or the queen, so you have to take with a rook. And then he played your move. Queen h6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking about the fact that Andrew Tang. I have Andrew Tang's social security number.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. So he played knife F5.
He played in one of our tournaments.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, low-rated players, which is all of you, are like, oh boy, trade when you're ahead. Queen takes queen, bishop takes, and white is winning. I agree white is winning there. White's barely winning. If you play queen takes queen, I recommend like a spelling contest because maybe chess isn't your game. Benjamin Bach rated.
Yeah.
He said he beat Bach. When you started streaming, it said play chess with your favorite streamer, and I was like, I'm not on your. What are you talking about? But you meant you were gonna raid me. Okay, so now I understand. Thanks, Benjamin. Everybody's Benjamin except me. Okay. Thanks for the raid. Somebody give him a shout. I already gave him a shout out.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Okay, now you watching this? Mm-hmm. When you can checkmate your opponent or take all their pieces, what would I tell you to do? Always retreat, right? Mm-hmm. So he played here. Notice he's threatening this and this, right? Mm-hmm. And if the knight moves, queen takes his checkmate as recommended by you. Also, bishop takes his checkmate. And if the knight goes here to block everything, right? Mm-hmm. Then after queen g5, black is embarrassed. You can see why Smirin used to be good. He's still okay, but he used to be top 10 in the world. Okay, so he played queen h6. Queen takes. Now, white's up 2 pawns, and white has 2 bishops, and the knight is trapped, and white has a mating attack. Truth hurts. Bishop takes. He tricked him. See, if he takes this, then he takes this. So in hyperbole, Tang would have already won. Smear would have lost on time a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Now, what button did white get here in this position brought to his table? It was brought to him by Dave Chappelle.
And the wrap it up?
Yeah. Okay, now you're going to like this move a lot.
All right.
Now, white has a mating attack and 2 bishops and an extra pawn. So always, same as the last one.
Repeat. Retreat.
Retreat, yeah. You watching this move? See how if you take this, that black takes that? Mm-hmm. And I've said this many times on many streams, not that you guys ever listen. When a piece is attacking another piece, whether you can take it or not, that's not good for the piece that's attacked. So he played bishop c3, attacking the knight, you agree, mm-hmm. and attacking the bishop. So what's you going to do when he says goodbye? What's you going to do when your pieces are gone? All right. So he played the only move, bishop e6, saving his bishop and attacking the queen. When the queen moves, he can save his knight. Queen e5, threatening checkmate with advantage. Right? Now, what should black never do here?
I don't know.
I am Rosen raided.
Yay.
That was one of the top 2 raids in the last 5 minutes.
Yay. Thank you, Eric.
Thanks, Aaron. Normally, did I say Aaron? Thanks, Eric. Normally, I wouldn't accept a raid for an IM, but you're pretty much GM strength. So I'll give you a break.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah. Go, Eric Rosen, but stay there. Yeah. Hey, Eric, you're pretty old. If you're still here, which you're not, do you remember when Smirin was good? Are you old enough to remember that? He might not be. He might not be old enough. It might have been he was like 10 when Smirin was just like smearing everybody. Yeah. Anybody? No? Eric left. He's like, God, I can't watch this stream. It's terrible.
There he is.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy.
I don't think I was alive then. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. No, but here's what I want you to do, Eric. I have some homework for you. Go to Ilia Smirin on MSA US Chess, Then go to 2002 and such between like 1999 and 2004, and then look at his tournament history. Then you'll be like, damn. Yeah, he got to like 2895 USCF. He won every tournament. And then some. He was winning tournaments he wasn't playing in. And then go to the internets and type in Kramnik Smirin and Karpov Smirin, I think from 2002, where Smirin was black in both games and beat them both. And then what's funny, they were playing in Germany, so there was still some Nazi element around, and Smirin asked the guys, like, what do I do? He was afraid because he was in Israel. And he said, beat them both. Right? What movie?
I don't know.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Shoots them both. Yeah.
I didn't like those movies.
What? Boo.
I didn't like them.
Yeah. The Godfather, also possible. But anyway, the Smirin used to be good, trust me. Now he's my age, so truth hurts. Okay, so what did Black never play here?
I can't tell. They might be booing because I didn't like the movie.
Right.
Or maybe.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What now?
What should Black never play?
F6?
Yeah, because getting mated's bad. Now, again, and I'm mad at you guys, and you didn't even do anything, but you would do it. There was some movie, possibly Vanilla Sky, but possibly some other movie. I don't know which one it was, where they know crimes you're going to commit in the future, then they arrest you. And this happened in Futurama. They did the same thing, right? So you guys didn't do anything, but I know you'll do it, so I'm mad at you. The people who are watching are like, ooh, queen takes pawn, and then after takes, white has the 2 bishops and 2 extra pawns and an easy win, which is all correct. But queen takes pawn's the worst move in the history of chess.
Hey, Laszlo Diamond.
I've never, Minority Report, that's it. What's worse, Minority Report or Vanilla Sky? Vanilla Sky is the worst movie ever, right?
I saw it. It's pretty bad.
Which one?
Money Pit's
Wait, which movie's worse? I looked like Tom Cruise in both. And your answer is the Money Pit?
Yeah.
Now,
Sky's
I've
pretty
told you this story before, but you might have forgot, maybe, because I tell you a lot of stories. On Family Guy, they're in a panic room because they're getting robbed. The Family Guy people. And then the panic room is filling up with water, and they think they're going to die. So they start saying things like, when you're going to die. You know? And he says, I didn't like The Godfather. So they yell at, Peter says that. So they all yell at him for like 10 minutes. And then he says, I like the Money Pit. And then a few seconds later, Chris says, I like the Money Pit too. Yeah, that's right. The Money Pit is the kind of movie for my viewers.
It's just one of the worst movies.
Right, but my viewers would like it.
I wanted to walk. I saw it when it came out in the theater when I was in high school. And I was with my stepsister. Did you even know I have a stepsister? I was with my, not the one that you've met. There's another one.
What?
There's another one.
I didn't know I met one.
Yeah, my Catherine.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
But there's also Amy. Anyway, she wouldn't let us leave. She wouldn't let us leave. She loved it.
Now, you said Catherine. Who's Charlie's twin sister?
Martha.
Martha?
I'm trying to think. Isn't that the twin?
Martha?
Or is it Suzanne? I think it's Martha.
Okay, who's
Martha.
There's
2 sets of twins.
Who's the daughter with what's his name? Who's the daughter? And you guys were mad at each other, in Dothan.
I wasn't.
No, but,
briefly. She's her mom's cat.
No. She's the brother. She's the sister of the guy who lived in Guam.
Yeah, Robert.
Right. Who's Robert's sister?
Catherine.
Catherine. Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
But it is Catherine.
That's one of the stepsisters. There's another one, Amy.
Right, but you're talking about another Catherine.
One Catherine.
There's only one Catherine?
There's one Catherine. One Catherine.
Wait, you're claiming that's your stepsister?
And my cousin.
Okay, now wait a minute. The cousin thing I sort of know about already. She's from the South. Okay. Also, she has COVID, so she's delirious. Now wait a minute. Okay, so Robert's your stepbrother. Yeah. Forget that he's your cousin too. I don't care about that. Okay, and Catherine's your stepsister.
That's right.
Okay, now how are they? Now, is that because their dad is Charlie?
Yeah. There's another stepsister that.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I didn't mean to get off.
There's one Catherine.
There's one.
You have to understand, everybody Karen knows his name Frank.
Well, there's Aunt Cat.
You have to understand that.
Aunt Cat is Catherine, so her mother is also Catherine, but we called her Cat. So I guess there are two Catherines, but
one of them's not called Catherine.
You never met the other one because she died.
All right, now to finish this game, because there's one more move in this game. So our YouTube editor is going nuts. Okay, all right. Now remember, when you're up a piece, when you have the two bishops, okay, and you have an extra pawn and a pawn's hanging and a knight's hanging, okay, then what do? Always, it's the same as the other answer. Yeah. Notice how that's checked because I said so, and notice how the knight's hanging. Now, if that game was played between two famous world-class players, let's say like Magnus and Pomnishi, then whoever was black would be very embarrassed, because that's embarrassing, right? White sacked a piece, and white just ran over black like a Mack truck, like Mac from Sunny. Yeah. I can't watch Top Gun. I watched Top Gun like a few years ago for like 5 minutes, and I had to turn it off. It's not watchable. I can't do it.
Frank is my brother. So, what is Smirin's? I know he's older. How old is he again? Like, what's his current rank?
He's like my age.
And like
26, 60 feet A. He used to be better than that. He might be lower than that now.
So he's much higher rated than Tang.
Right. But you have to understand, the people who watch, like who are watching me and watch Hikaru and watch Gotham and watch Botez Sisters, and there's probably the Chess Bros, I guess, still exist, maybe. Those people, they live on the internet. They don't know there's an actual world around them. They're making another Matrix movie. But anyway, and so Andrew Tang to them is like one of the gods. He's like who's better, Andrew Tang or Carlson? Now, if it's 30-second chess on Lee chess, I don't know. Probably Tang. But if it's real chess where you think about your moves, I mean, he's me. It's weird that he could be as bad as me in slow chess, and he's like top 5 in the world in Ultra Bullet or whatever they call it. It's funny.
Does he go to college? He might be busy doing other things.
He does go to clown college. Yeah. In fact, he graduated this game. Yeah. Ivan Karamatsu. Now I have a funny story about Andrew Tang. That's my story. When I quit the St. Louis Chess Club in August of 2012, at the end of the month, I went to Minnesota for the Noel Skelton Memorial. I'm sorry, the Noel Skelton Open, not Memorial. And in round 3 or 4, I played Noel Skelton. Before the tournament, I went to a chess club. I've been to memorials where the guy was there and alive. Okay. I've been to them, but not that guy. Yeah. So I went to a chess club in the St. Paul area. I think it was in. If you said the town, I would know. It's not St. Paul or Minneapolis. It's some suburb. But anyway, and one of my opponents in the simul was like 11-year-old or 12-year-old Andrew Tang, right? And I was black in one of my closed Benonis where I tried to mate you on the king side. That didn't work. So, like the first game in the simul, usually I beat somebody in like 6 moves. My first game in that simul was losing to Andrew Tang. I did win all my other games, and then my second Andrew Tang story, which is better, is I was playing the guy whose name I can't remember. He's 2,300. I'm like 7-0 against him. But I can't think of his name. I can never think of his name. So Spencer's here. If you're here, Spencer, it's the guy who beat you in the last round in the tournament in St. Louis when you would have tied for first as you were like 2,000, and you were like +5 and you lost. That guy. Okay. Nolan Hendrickson. Thank you. Okay. So I'm playing Nolan Hendrickson in round 1 of the Spice Cup. Okay. And we're gonna see later the same trap. We're going to see it soon. And then Andrew Tang sitting next to me, Nolan Hendrickson makes a blunder. He makes the move, and then I write it down. And as I write it down, Andrew Tang sitting next to me goes, that was funny. I set that blunder up a long time ago.
Hey, I want to answer. 5th now, Ben was full time at the St. Louis Chess Club until then. But then he worked for them as a contractor for a few years. So you're right, he did continue to work there, but not as a full time.
Right.
employee.
No, the chances Andrew comes to the top 10 in Blitz are the same as me becoming world champion for 20 years. Yeah, he can't. This isn't bullet on the internet. This isn't hyper bullet. It's not ultra bullet. This is like real chess on a board against people who are good. You guys, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Yeah.